All right, guys, we are back. We got some more Faye content, and tonight we have this trailer to go ahead and check out. So this one should be for Summer Banner 1. Now, I thought some of the OCs were on the silhouettes, and I know people hate when they do that. But let's see what they do here. Oh, starting off with Sharena, okay. Summer Sharena. Now, there's a really famous cipher art of Sharena where she's surfing. I don't think she's wearing the same outfit as she did in that artwork. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know. But, yeah, this is unfortunately not the surfing Sharena. So we have here Sharena as a sword infantry, and she's got a really big shish kebab right there. Man, that looks tasty. Is that a fried lemon on the top? I didn't know people cooked lemon and ate them like that. I can understand like a lemon wedge, but that looks like a full-on half a lemon. Okay. Man, Sharena is immune to sour, huh? Okay, so we have here 40 HP, 74 attacks, 61 speed, 38 defense, and 31 res. Impossible stats. She's getting bonuses or like visible stats from somewhere. Deluxe barbecue. All right, let's see what she's got here. Of course, we got to beat up this bozo over here, the one who stole a Hero Rises from us. All right, we got Deluxe Barbecue, 16 might, 1 range, -1 special trigger. Grants all stats of 15 to unit. Unit deals plus 25 damage. Reduce damage from foes' attacks by 15. Reduce damage from foes' special by another 15. And reduce percentage of foes' non-special DR by half. And also, if decreasing the speed difference necessary to make a follow-up by 10 allows you to trigger a follow-up, then you get Potent 100. And if unit support partner or ally is in 3 spaces of unit, or if unit support partner or an ally within 3 spaces of unit initiates combat, grants another action to that ally after combat. If a skill belonging to that ally triggers an effect that grants them another action, such as Gale Force, then this effect is triggered or treated as not having triggered. If a skill not belonging to that ally triggers an effect that grants that ally another action at the same time as this effect is also considered to have been triggered once per turn. Within 3 spaces is calculated based on the position after triggering post-combat skill effects that change positioning. So that would be like Kanto and stuff. Basically, she looks like another one of those Brave Sharena, Entwined Sharena, Bride Sharena deals where she can give allies Gale Force support. Her support partner doesn't need to be in 3 spaces, though, so that's actually kind of nuts. For positioning shenanigans, you can have somebody just attack from a mile away, and they will be refreshed if they have ally support with Sharena. So that could be really good for Aether Raid's offense. Okay, then we have Arc Rival there. Okay, Swift Spectre once again. A new B skill, Attack Speed Taker Burst. What is this, like an upgrade to Speed Taker? At the start of turn, grants attack and speed great talent +1 to unit. After combat, if unit attacked, grants attack and speed great talent +4 to unit. Inflicts speed and defense -4 on the foe. Neutralize unit's penalties to attack and speed. Unit deals damage equal to 20% of unit's speed. Reduce damage from foes' attacks by 20% of unit's speed. Neutralize effects that inflict guard on unit and grant special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack. And the maximum great talent is +20 there. Okay, obviously this is far better than Speed Taker, because Speed Taker only gives you speed great talent. This is giving you attack and speed. So potentially you could get like +20 attack out of this B skill, which is ridiculous. And then it's still giving you like the Rally Spectrum Light and then also Nullify Guard. Yeah, that's a nasty B skill right there. And then we have Truly Yours for the C skill. At the start of turn, grants +1 movement to unit, and grants attack and speed great talent +3 to unit and allies in 3 spaces. Wow. She also gives great talent support there. At start of player phase or enemy phase, grants empathy and dodge to unit and allies in 3 spaces for 1 turn. Grants all stats of 5 to unit. Unit deals damage equal to the total value of attack and speed great talent excluding on AoEs, and reduce damage from foes' attacks by 7 during combat, and recovers 7 HP after combat. Wait a second here. So, she deals damage equal to the total value of attack and speed great talent, but there's no cap on that. So, what if you have the full plus 20 to both? If you've got attack and speed plus 20 on both of them, great talent, is that plus 40 damage there? Okay. And then after a unit acts, if support partner or an ally in 3 spaces of unit initiates combat, grants another action to unit after allies combat. Again, I don't think the support partner needs to be within the 3 spaces. Only the ally, if you're just using a general ally. Like, that would be really good for positioning, like I said. And then if Kanto is already triggered, re-enables Kanto once per turn. Yeah, and this skill grants max of Great Talent plus 20 for unit and Great Talent plus 9 for the allies. Yeah, Shirena seems pretty nuts, honestly. Looks like a really good unit here. Okay, what an animation that was. Alright, yeah, so her stats look ridiculous because she has a lot of great talent up. I would have liked it if they showed off the more than 3 space condition. Like, if we saw her support partner attack from... Maybe attack Petra from over there, and then we could still see the actions getting refreshed. Alright, we got Alphonse up next. The Alfster in the house. It's nice to finally get some alts for these guys again, because Shirena and Alphonse, well, I guess not so much recently, but we went so many years before they actually started getting the respect they deserve. I think it was just like the duo for New Year, where it was Alphonse and Shirena there. That was like the only time in the old classic olden days of Fae where we actually got some love for Alphonse and Shirena, but now we're getting it all over the place. Because we have, like, Chosen Alphonse and Twine Shirena. These two have gotten so many alts. Okay, so we have a Lance Cavalry Alphonse, 41 HP, 75 attack, 16 speed, 59 defense, 45 res. Ascendant King, yeah, he's definitely getting great talent as well. You know, if they're going to do OCs, by the way, I know people hate OCs, but if they're going to do OCs at all, Alphonse and Shirena would be the two that I would mind the least. Like, by all means, give us all the Alphonse and Shirenas you want. Alright, so Beach Umbrella, 16 might, 1 range, -1 special trigger. At start of player phase or enemy phase, grants preempt, pulse, attack, liberate, and defense liberate to unit and allies in 2 spaces. Grants attack, defense, and res up 16 to unit. Unit deals plus 25 damage. Reduce damage from foes' attacks by 15. Reduce damage from foes' special by another 15. And unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. And also, if unit's defense is better than the foe's defense or the number of allies in 3 rows of 3 columns centered on unit is greater than or equal to 2, then unit attacks twice during combat. Alright, so he's got Brave attacking there. Oh, he's also the first unit to give defense liberate, which is interesting. Otherwise, they wouldn't have noted it down there. Alright, then Ascendant King should be the exact same as the other, who was it? The Chosen Alphonse? Except this is a little better now because he's a cavalry type this time. So getting Gallop means he has 5 space movement as opposed to 4 from the Chosen Alphonse. So yeah, obviously that's going to be very good here. Wait, is he a demote? Attack and Defense Clash 3. There's no way they put that on him if he's not a demote. And then Attack and Defense Outcry Dull. Dude. This guy is going to be pretty good if he's a demote. He's not going to score very high because he's cavalry type, so if you were hoping to merge him up for arena, that's not really going to be all that important. But as just a unit for usability, he seems like he's going to be pretty solid. All right, and then we have the token rearmed hero that they do on these now. I can't believe we've gotten to that point where the seasonal units are starting to be rearmed. Oh my god. Hello. That just triggered my neurons. All right, so we have here Hodr. Wow, what a swimsuit. Oh my god, she wins the contest. God, if we're having a swimsuit contest in the entirety of Fae, Hodr just won. Like, bro, even Summer Freya is taking an L to that baddie right there. Oh my god, Hodr. And you guys know, I've always liked Hodr more than Baldur, too. So, like, this is perfection. All right, she's going to be a colorless tome flyer type. I love the little Baldur keychain on the umbrella. Oh, why didn't they show her stats there? Okay, so we have Arcane Parasol, the first Arcane Bow in a while, by the way. So 14 might, 2 range, effective against flyer, -1 special trigger. For foes within 3 rows of 3 columns center on unit, inflicts all stats -5. Exposure, and foe cannot make a follow-up, and foes suffer guaranteed follow-ups during combat. Grants all stats of 10 to unit. Unit deals plus 25 damage, reduce damage from foes' attacks by 15, and reduce percentage of foes' non-special DR by half. Yeah, a little stock standard. Some support effects would have been nice, besides, like, the Crux debuff. Maybe, like, allies in 2 spaces gain, I don't know, preempt pulse or something like that. Yeah, so a little ally support would have been nice, but the debuff is obviously pretty good. Then we have Ice Wall, attack and res airspace. Attack and detect aerial, or attack and defense detect aerial, and then Verity Keeper. So if defending in Aether raids, after combat for a unit or allies on the map, destroys the foe's safety fence. Alright, that doesn't really matter all that much, because we already had Baldur and Hodr in both separate seasons, so we don't really need another fence breaker. For allies in 3 rows of 3 columns center on unit, if foe initiates combat, allies' HP is over 1, and foe would reduce allies' HP to 0. Ally survives with 1 HP. Oh, that's odd. Why does she give Drive Miracle now? That's like a Valley effect. Alright, then also for unit and allies in 3 rows of 3 columns, center on unit, recovers 40% of max HP as combat begins. Triggers after effects that deal damage as combat begins. Only the highest value applied and doesn't stack. And then grants all stats of 5, reduce damage from foes' attacks by 7, and reduce the effect of deep wounds by half. And then neutralize penalties on unit. Unit deals plus X times 5 damage, and grants special cooldown count -X to unit before unit's first attack during combat. So X is the number of allies in 3 rows. X is the number of allies in 3 rows of 3 columns, center on unit, with a max of 3. And also, if unit's HP is over 1 and foe reduces HP to 0, then you survive with 1 HP. No penalty cleansing for allies. Like, I would have absolutely given up the miracle if she had penalty cleansing. Because they don't want to give King Freyr 3-space Omni penalty cleanse. Why not give it to this Hodr right here? Like, how about at the start of enemy phase in Aether raids, all allies in 3 spaces cleanse all penalties? At that point, and then she's a fence breaker too? And now we're getting somewhere. But no, they gave her Miracle. They took off the one effect on Hodr that is better than what Baldur does, which is the penalty cleanse, and they replaced it with something not as useful. But all is forgiven for that swimsuit, man. Oh, she just cocked back the umbrella like a gun. Wow. Oh, man, that back shot. Did you guys see that? Wow, they won me over with Hodr's art, I gotta say. All right, for some reason, we're still here, by the way. I don't know what we're showing. What could we possibly have to show? Okay. Oh, and then Baldur and Valley as the duo. Really? Did they have to shoehorn all 3 of them onto the banner? Low-key, I was kind of expecting maybe something different. Maybe they were going to save Baldur for Summer Banner 2. But nah, they just put them all on this one banner here. And by the way, these 2 lost. Hodr beats them in the swimsuit contest. All right, Baldur is the main. Valley is the backpack. We have here Green Tome Flyer. How much you want to bet she has a style that changes her color? I like her smug look, too, by the way. All right, so we have here 40 HP, 56 attack with a debuff, 55 speed with a buff, 28 defense, and 18 res with a debuff. Okay. Oh, wait, well, hold on. So, yeah, she does have a style change to change color. I was about to say, because she initiated there and she was going to lose, but now she's going to win, right? Yeah. Okay, so Godly Infusions, 14 Might, 2 range, neutralize effective against flying, -1 special trigger. For unit and allies in 3 rows at 3 columns centered on unit, grants all stats up X. For unit, X is 15. For allies, X is 5. And also, if units or allies' speed is better than the foe's speed, then they get no follow-up. Okay, also for unit and allies in 3 spaces of unit, if unit or allies' HP is over 1, and foe would reduce HP to 0, then you survive with 1 HP. You not full heal. You recover 40 HP, and then you grant attack and speed great talent up 10 to unit or ally. For the unit, the above effects will not trigger again for 2 turns. For the allies, the above effects only trigger for player's team once per map, and doesn't stack with other non-special miracle effects. So basically, yeah, all that stuff is coming from Valley. All right, then we have unit deals plus 25 damage, reduce damage from foes' attacks by Y, reduce damage from foes' special by an additional Y. And if unit has weapon triangle disadvantage, Y is 20% of speed, otherwise Y is 50% of speed. And neutralizes neutralize effects that inflict... Yeah, guard, actually, it is guard, on unit during combat. Yeah, and then she has red style, so as I thought, she changes color like all the Baldurs do. And then the max great talent she can give with this is 10. All right, then we have a new special here, Wind Edge. 5-hit cooldown. When special triggers, boost damage by unit's speed. Reduce damage from foe's first attack by 40% during combat. First attack and brave attack. And then if unit has weapon triangle advantage, or if unit and foe are both colorless, then you get all stats of 5 during combat. All right, just another one of those specials to add to the collection there. We had another one earlier. I think it was on the Fallen Banner that was kind of similar to that. Is that better than some of the recent specials? I don't know. Like, is that going to be better for her than Logic or Comet or something? I don't know. But it's not bad. All right, then unique A skill, Heaven's Ethos. Enables Kanto Distant with a max of 3 and a min of 1. At start of turn and after unit acts, if Kanto triggers after Kanto, inflicts T-Adept and Exposure on the closest foes and foes in 2 spaces. Grants all stats of 9 to unit. Grants an additional bonus to all stats equal to the highest bonus on each stat between target and foes in 2 spaces. Unit deals plus 7 damage and reduce damage from foes' attacks by 7, excluding on AoEs. And also, if Exposure is active on the foe, or if unit has weapon triangle advantage, then you get brave attacking. Alright. Yeah, so this effect here grants an additional bonus to all her stats equal to the highest bonus on each stat between target and foes. That was a drive effect on the New Year Baldur. It's part of the reason why she was so cracked. But yeah, she's only giving that to herself, and all the support she's giving is from Valley, which I would have rather they reversed that, where she gets the miracle, but everybody else gets the drive stats, including her too. But yeah, this would be much better as a drive. All right, then we have Demonic Force again and Strat Assault. Pretty good. Oh, they have a duo button too, by the way. I always forget. When we see these units, the duos that have styles, it always makes me forget that they also have buttons too. All right, we're bullying the Spring Veil for some reason. I don't know what Spring Veil did to deserve this, but okay. Why is there a floating Baldur head in the water, by the way? Alright, so they get buffed by Great Talent. They get to Kanto. And then the duo skill grants Drain, Cancel, and Cancel Affinity to unit and allies in 3 spaces for 1 turn. If unit is equipped with their character's specific weapon skill, re-enables the following weapon effects that have already been triggered. Effects for unit that will not trigger again for 2 turns after triggering, and effects for allies that trigger for player's team only once per map. That is very interesting. So once per turn effects can be procced a second time when she pops that. Or is that only for her? Is that for allies too, or is it only for Baldur? Yeah, it's only for her. Is it? Effects for unit that will not trigger again for 2 turns after triggering, and effects for allies that trigger for player's team only once per map. Hold on, let's see them use it, and let's see. Because that has a lot of crazy implications if that... Yeah, it does. Wow, it works on allies too. Did you see the range there? Okay, I mean, yeah, they have Gulveig on the map. You know why that is, because it'll refresh her extra action. And then Sharena on this banner, who has the Gale Forcing to allies. Dude, this is a cheat code. How many actions are you able to get in Aether Raid's offense? Let's say your team has the new Baldur on it, and you have also the new Sharena on it, and then you have, I don't know, like Baby Edelgard or something. Between those 3 units alone, how many actions is that? It's just a stupid amount of actions now, man. What are they doing with this game? As if Aether Raid's offense isn't easy enough as it is. Do we have to make it even more easy? Alright, yeah, like I thought, Alphonse is indeed going to be the demote, so yeah, he seems pretty good. This is a nice-looking banner. I might go in because, yeah, the units here I can see myself using for sure, like Sharena and Baldur, absolutely. Wouldn't mind snagging a copy of Hodr just for the art. Let's go ahead and head over to Twitter real quick, and let's see these restrictions on these passives. And yes, I have to close the screen while I'm surfing Twitter before something bad shows up. Okay, so we have here Wind Edge. Can't be used by infantry and armor or staves for some reason. Well, I guess staves have their own different types of specials, like the one from Arcane Larachel now. But yeah, Wind Edge is going to be for flyers and cavalries. Including, it's interesting to see that also melee units are able to get it. I thought it might have been tome locked. Alright, then we have Attack, Defense, Detect, Aerial, which we've had Detect Aerial skills before. And then Attack Speed, Taker, Burst. That's for infantry only. And then Sword, Lance, Axes, Bows, and Daggers. And Beasts. Okay, so all physical damaging units. Yeah, this seems like a really nice beast skill, honestly. Like, if you have the great talent maxed out on this, and it's, what is it, plus 40 true damage? That seems stupid, man. So, yeah, good-looking banner. Not too bad for Summer Banner 1. I'm probably going to summon, like I said, there are units here that I want. Like, honestly, all 3 of these on the bottom. Alphonse being a demote, I'll probably get him on my way to summoning these guys, but we'll see how it goes. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. This is your boy Tacho signing out, and I will catch y'all again on the flip side.